Why were navigation tools crucial for early polar exploration? Imagine standing on a vast, icy plain with no land in sight and the horizon blending into a white blur. How could explorers possibly find their way through such a place? That's where navigation tools became lifesavers. In early polar expeditions, these instruments were vital for figuring out where explorers were, which way they were heading, and how far they had traveled. Without them, many journeys could have ended in disaster. The polar regions, the Arctic and Antarctic, are full of challenges. There are endless ice sheets and no clear landmarks to guide explorers. The weather is often harsh and unpredictable, with storms and thick clouds hiding the sun and stars. Magnetic compasses, which work well elsewhere, often became unreliable near the poles because of magnetic anomalies. These are areas where the magnetic field lines point straight up or down, confusing the compass needle. To navigate in these conditions, explorers used a mix of tools. The magnetic compass was the first line of guidance, helping to set a general direction. But when magnetic compasses failed, they turned to solar compasses. These relied on the sun's position and shadows cast by objects to determine direction during the day. By knowing the local time and observing the length and angle of shadows, explorers could estimate their heading even when the compass was useless. Another key instrument was the sextant. It measured the angle between the horizon and celestial bodies like the sun or stars. This helped determine latitude, which is how far north or south you are. To find longitude, they needed precise clocks called chronometers. These kept accurate time so explorers could compare local time with a fixed reference time, usually from Greenwich, England. Knowing both latitude and longitude was essential for mapping and safe navigation. However, polar conditions often made celestial navigation difficult. Overcast skies and polar nights meant that stars and the sun were sometimes hidden for days or weeks. In such cases, explorers relied on dead reckoning. They estimated their position based on their previous location, speed, and direction. Devices like sledge odometers measured how far they traveled over ice, and they marked their routes with large snow cairns near recognizable features to help find their way back. All these tools had to work together because the environment was so extreme. The long darkness, frequent storms, and magnetic interference meant no single method was enough. Combining these techniques allowed explorers to stay on course and reach their goals. Their success in mapping unknown territories, gathering scientific data, and pushing the limits of human endurance depended heavily on these navigation tools. In the end, these instruments were more than just gadgets. They represented a major step forward in exploration, helping humans venture into some of the most remote and hostile parts of the Earth. They made it possible to chart new lands, understand our planet better, and expand the reach of human knowledge. Without these tools, early polar expeditions would have been much more dangerous and less successful.